Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share my absolute must-haves when it comes to the tools I use to make content or pack orders. My name is Tina, by the way. I'm the founder of XXL Scrunchie and we've been in business for over 5 years. These are the essentials that have made such a big difference for me. Let's get into it. Camera gear. Let's start with my most asked question. What camera do I film with? What tripods do I use? What lights do I use? And don't mind me, I'm just going to be elasticing scrunchies because I like doing something while I talk. First, you need your bodkin for elasticing scrunchies. You need your elastic and scissors and your scrunchie tubes that we hand make ourselves. Let's start with camera gear because I know a lot of you have been wanting to start a YouTube channel, but you don't know what camera to use. Let's be clear, content creation is a huge part of my small business. I've filmed I don't know how many vlogs, but definitely over 100 vlogs. And it's been 5 years. So yeah, it's very important. Content creation is how we market our small business. It's how I share my tips and advice. It's how I help other people out. It's where I get a chance to express myself. And I wouldn't get a chance to do that if I didn't have a camera. My go-to camera that I'm using right now for vlogging is my Sony ZV-1. All of these tools that I'm going to share with you guys will be listed below in my Amazon storefront. And if you buy through those links, I get a tiny commission from it. So I would appreciate that if you decide to use these tools. I love this camera because it's compact. I love the depth it provides. Like I love that I can put my scrunchie up to here and then everything in the back is blurry, but then it'll focus on my face. It just looks a little bit more elevated and I love how it looks when I'm editing or the final outcome of the video. It also shoots in 4K and it makes it really easy to shoot high quality content because I just turn the camera on and I hit record. And I just use the automatic video settings, so super easy. For lenses, I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but I did buy this lens as well off Amazon just to make it slightly wider in case I'm like holding the camera on a tripod or something. I like it to capture more of my surroundings. And microphones are also very important to us because the sound matters. To me, having better sound has made such a difference. It just makes my content feel a little bit more, again, elevated. And I talk really quiet. So if the camera's all the way over there, I would have to almost shout louder than my natural. And then that would just throw me off and make me feel not as comfortable because I like to just talk the way I normally speak, which is this volume. But I have the power to increase that volume and it captures my voice more evenly than if it was all the way over there if I didn't have this mic on. So I have these Rode mics. I just plug one end into the camera. The other end is in my pocket and I plug in this long lavalier mic. You can just put the square itself without the other wire part. You can just put it up here, but I find the sound is a little better when you put the mic up here. But yeah, you can just use this mic on its own. Let me try. So it's not plugged into this thing and now it's on this. So I can just talk to this, but then if it's not on me, you can tell that the volume went away. So I would have to clip this big thing all the way up here, which isn't bad, but I just prefer the tiny mic. I'm gonna plug it back in. Let me know if you guys can tell the sound difference. I would just prefer the tiny mic up here because then it can be more hidden and I can put the other one in my pocket. So yeah, that's how I have wireless mics with this Sony camera. And I've had these mics and the camera for years. Like, let me scroll back to my Amazon history and show you when I bought it. I've had no issues and yeah, I just love the quality of it all. And it makes it just effortless to sit down and film, which is almost sometimes the real struggle. Producing content all the time, sometimes you're not as motivated. And it would be even worse if you didn't have the gear that would work properly. It would just throw off my whole workflow. And I film a lot at our warehouse. It's extremely loud there. There's huge fans at the top, and without these mics, I used to get complaints all the time like, what is that sound? What's that noise? And I didn't realize before I got the mics that it was that loud venting at the top, and people didn't love that because it was kind of overpowering the vlog. So these mics have definitely saved us. When I started my small business, I didn't realize how important branding was. I thought you just needed a logo, but a great brand is so much more. It's the first thing that people notice, and it can make or break your business. That's why I love design.com. With design.com, I was able to create a custom professional logo in minutes without hiring a designer or spending hours trying to DIY something. And it's not just logos. Design.com gives you everything you need to create a strong, consistent brand. They have business card makers, social media templates, a website builder, and even a digital business card tool, all in one place. Every template is automatically customized with your logo and brand colors, so your business looks polished and professional across all the different platforms. Starting a business is already hard. Your branding shouldn't be. Let design.com handle the design work so you can focus on actually growing your business. Go to design.com now, enter your business name, and start creating your brand for free. When I'm filming vertical content for like TikToks or Reels, I almost, like 99.9%, I use my iPhone. I think this is an iPhone 16 Pro. I shoot with this when I shoot vertical content, and we shoot that a lot. And then I use these mics for the iPhone. So I'm always 99% using a mic when I'm filming content. Just makes the sound a little bit more like ASMR, which people and myself really like. When it comes to tripods, I think I have like 3 or 4. With my iPhone tripod, I use this one that has like spidery legs. I don't really love it because it kind of like falls apart sometimes. If the phone is on it and the light is clipped on it, it kind of like loses its balance. So it just takes a bit more time to like level it out using that spider leggy tripod. I have a very super lightweight white one that I use a lot because it can fit in my fanny pack. It's like this big when it folds up. I also use it for traveling, or if I need to film at like the grocery store or film at my Pilates class. I just have a little secretive tripod that I can whip out, but it goes pretty tall. If I were to rebuy that tripod though, I would buy it with this MagSafe attachment just so the iPhone could just magnet on, because I'm always like clipping it on and then it sometimes falls, but the MagSafe would just be easy to clip on and off. Just makes it like a couple seconds more effortless, which when you're filming content and stuff, all those seconds really add up and makes it a lot smoother to film and get your content filming done. I also have this huge, very tall tripod, and it bends at the top. And I actually have this tripod at home and at work because it's just so handy and just so like useful to have when you need to get those really tall, like even overhead shots. Setting up these tools properly and knowing how they work and just having them conveniently in places that I film are just a huge time saver. For editing and just daily work, I edit our TikTok and Reel videos directly on my iPhone using apps like InShot or CapCut. And then after that, I import it into TikTok or onto our scheduling platform, later.com. But I always edit in those apps. And then I keep track of our videos in a note in Notion. We just have this long list of videos, just easier to keep track of because we film a lot. But for headphones, I actually use my AirPods Pro, and it's just great because you can put it on that noise reduction mode where you can't hear anything. And then you can just go into deep focus editing and focus on the video. I did try AirPod Max in case anyone was wanting to get those for editing and stuff like that. They were great, but my head is like, I have a big head. It gave me a headache. So we tried to stretch them out a little bit, but after 2 weeks, like even eating a snack and wearing the big AirPod Max, I still got a headache. So I'm back to my AirPod Pros. Packaging essentials. Now let's talk about packaging orders. A thermal label printer is a must-have. I have the Citizen one that I've been using for years. I think we got it through Canada Post, but that one wasn't on Amazon. Been using it for years. I also have the Dymo printer, which I do have listed on my Amazon. We use that to print smaller labels. They make printing packing slips or shipping labels or little labels so much easier because they don't use ink. Ink is so expensive, and the labels are more expensive than just buying paper, but overall you save way more because you're not buying ink, and it's a lot faster when they print out through a thermal label printer rather than printing with ink. And most shipping suppliers that you choose to ship with, like Canada Post or eShipper, they offered free thermal labels for us if you're one of their customers. So make sure to check that out if you are shipping with someone and you have an account with them and you're shipping a lot, or even just starting, they should provide you with some free labels. My standing desk is from Autonomous AI. I spend so much time at my desk, if not working on the couch or if not walking around the warehouse. So being able to alternate between like a sitting and a standing is really good for me and my knees. Another thing we have is this tape gun. We had a paper tape machine before and it just kept jamming with the tape that we were using. And it was just like so annoying to get the jam out. So we've just been using this plastic tape gun. We have a lot of extra plastic tape just to get through. So hopefully we can switch back to paper tape when we find a different machine. But yeah, this tape gun has come in handy for sure. Now about storage. Everyone always asks, where do we get our bins? Where do we get our storage from? I do keep most of our scrunchies in these clear bins, which we no longer buy, and they're just like so expensive, but they're just called clear stackable bins. They're not on my Amazon, but I think some might be from the Acro Mills brand. I don't know if I put them on there because they're just very expensive now. I got them back in the day. I just kept buying them because I wanted everything to match, but now we use Coroplast stacking bins. We use those for our warehouse now, which are great because then they'll be recyclable in the future. And lastly, one more piece of tech. I don't even think about it because I've had a MacBook since like university. I've gone through quite a few, but the new ones are very, like my best friend. I carry it to and from work, edit our videos on here, run our store on here, do our launches on here. We all edit photos on here, and it would be my MacBook Pro. I work on the couch on it, on my lap. It's my travel buddy. It's always with me. I'm always getting work done thanks to my MacBook Pro. I can't imagine running my business without it because I design all the marketing on here. I schedule everything out on here. It's kind of like the main tool that I use almost 90% of my day. It's how I respond to you guys. It's how I post these YouTube videos. These are the essentials that help me run my small business smoothly with content creation and packing orders and storage. They're also the things I get asked most about, so I hope this helps at least one person out there find their right tools too. Let me know what your must-haves are for your small business. I'm always open to trying out new tools and new tech. Like I really want to try out that DJI Osmo Pocket camera. Thanks again for watching. My name's Tina. I hope you guys hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.